Anybody who watches these videos for any period of time knows that we think Ann Coulter is the best, the brightest, the smartest, the funniest, the sexiest writer out there. And just because I said she was the best, it doesn't mean she's necessarily perfect. Fact is, Ann Coulter has written some terrific things about race and race relations, and they're full of hypocrisy and double, triple, quadruple standards. She's a truth teller in a lot of ways on this. But late in her last book, Adios Amigos, and some of her later tweets, she's kind of going into the affirmative action thing. She's kind of accepting the whole premise. If we just gave black people more stuff, everything would be fine with black people in America. Everything would be fine between white people and black people, Asian people and black people. Everything would be fine. Here's my challenge to you. Here's my challenge to the lovely Ann Coulter. And I'm very proud of the fact that, by the way, that Ann Coulter and Michelle Malkin and a couple other big shots follow my Twitter feed. But here's my challenge to you guys watching this and Ann Coulter. Whenever you talk about what we are going to do about the fellas and their criminality wildly out of proportion and how so many reporters and public officials are in denial, deceit, and delusion about it, give me a solution that doesn't involve the word give. I mean, every single solution is just based on one free thing. It's like, man, somehow we forgot to give them something. We forgot to give them something in 1965. We forgot to give them some stuff in 2017. It's give, 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 give. Okay. But say we had given black people lots and lots more free stuff. Would that have prevented any of this?
Wants answers about a violent shooting spree that left one store clerk dead and another one in the hospital. Cops tell us the gunman took off, but they tracked him down and locked him up. News Edge reporter Denise Dillon in Rome tonight. And Denise, this all happened in mere minutes.
Yeah, Tom, it was very short, very quick, and police say very odd. They say a gunman walked into this store smoking a cigar, went up to the clerk, shot him, got into his car, drove to another convenience store, shot and robbed the clerk there. Then a few miles down the road, police caught up with him, arrested him, and he was still smoking that same cigar.
He came in with a mindset to kill.
Police say Lamar Nicholson walked into the high-tech quick stop in Floyd County Monday night, armed and with a plan.
He walks in, he walks right up to the counter, pulls a gun out of his right pocket, points it at the clerk, fires 3 rounds, turns around and runs out. He's in and out of the store in less than 12 seconds.
Police say Nicholson jumped in his car and drove to the Elm Street Market, less than 2 miles away. He pointed a gun at the clerk and demanded money. Customers hid in the beer cooler. The clerk handed over the cash, but got shot anyway.
For whatever reason, after he stuffed his pockets full of the money, he shot the clerk anyway.
Law enforcement was on alert, and Floyd County Sheriff's deputies spotted Nicholson in his car less than 2 miles away.
If he wouldn't have been captured by the sheriff's office at the time they did, he was probably on his way to commit another murder, to commit another crime.
The crime spree didn't last long, but it took a man's life, wounded another man, and changed the lives of friends and families forever.
It's pitiful what happened to him, because it's senseless.
Nicholson is in the Floyd County Jail. People who know him say that he was just recently fired from his job. As for the clerk from the Elm Street store, he is in the hospital in critical condition.
I don't know, I'm not certain about the parking lot now because I just saw the other guy, but the jaywalking, he just did it again. And again! He's not learning. Right after you just told him. He's gonna be so annoyed with you.
Rush. Rush. I just told you. I've got 2 options. Look at me and listen. I got 2 options.
I'm tired. I just got off of work,
Rush,
man.
look at me. I'm trying to
I don't have to
communicate,
listen
and
to
you're
you
limiting
for what? I haven't did nothing
You
wrong.
just committed 4 crimes in a row. Just because you don't agree it's a crime doesn't mean it's not a crime.
It ain't the point of that, man. You ain't got nothing better to do besides mess with me.
Guess what?
And I'm trying to go home. I just got out from work.
Pedestrians get hit in the street every
And you act like
day.
I'm not paying attention.
No, it doesn't matter if you're paying attention. I was polite with you and asked you, use the crosswalk. I know what you're doing, man. You think I'm a punk. Guess what? I don't think you're a punk either.
So what if I'm doing?
You didn't use the crosswalk 4 times in a row and cut through the small starters after I asked you 2 seconds ago not to.
I was already going through that before y'all even came.
Doesn't matter when you went through. He asked you nicely to stop.
Look at me.
All I'm trying to do is go home, man. I'm tired. I just got off of work.
Look at me. I've got 2 options. I can either arrest you or write you a ticket.
It doesn't matter, man. Do what you got to do besides keep harassing me, man.
I'm not harassing.
Yes, you are.
That's all in your mind, man.
Direct orders to use the crosswalk. Why is that so
You're
hard?
right. It's not, sir. It's not. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You're right. I'm sorry.
Look at me. Look at me.
I don't have to look at you.
Just look at me. I'm trying to communicate with you. You're still trying to punk me out.
No, I'm not.
Right,
Just write him a ticket. He wants to act like a punk.
Okay, man. That's what you want to say.
Damn, y'all ain't got shit better to do besides harass somebody about fucking walking.
Put your hands behind your back. Do not. Stop. Drop the bag. Put your hands behind your back.
Okay,
I just told you.
Sir, look. Sir, don't do that. No.
Mother.
Well, target.
43 on foot. White male. A black male. White tank top. Thinks it's funny. You know what's funny is you're going to get up hardcore. Get on the ground.
Get on the ground, Rush.
Put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put it behind your back. Now. Stop.
Just
put it behind your back.
Rush, put your hand behind your back. Rush, put your hand behind your back.
Put your hand behind your back.
Rush, put your hand behind your back. There you go. Hand
Behind your back. Behind your back.
My hand's set.
Oh my God.
There you go, Rush.
I can't, man.
Hand behind your back.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
All right.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh my God. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Rush.
Okay. Ow.
Lie down flat.
Ow. I can't.
Put your hands behind your back.
I can't. Put your hands behind your back. Ow.
Behind your back.
Behind your back. Ow. Help. 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 Oh! Oh! I'm trying to! Come here!
There you go. We'll get you in the truck.
Quit kicking me! Stop kicking me!
Hey. There you go.
Get my hand!
Give me his hand in the front. We'll do it in the front.
We're getting him in the back. Put your hand back. Okay. Okay, get me out the car. Get me out the car. I'm trying to.
Small starters. Stop from the edges.
Start EMS. Suspect, not officer. His face, tasing. Let's get EMS. All this over you getting a ticket? Now it's serious, bro. Smile starters. Sorry. We got them. Just need EMS and a supervisor.
Charlie 51 on that one. Okay.
Can y'all please sit me up?
Huh.
Please sit me up.
It's a please now, is it? After all that, it's please now?
Rush.
After all that? It was a ticket. And you wanted to act like this?
Okay.
What's wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know what your problem is. I don't know if you got a gun. I don't know if you got a knife.
How?
I don't have X-ray fucking vision.
Man, stop yelling at me, talking to me.
Well, get up and put you in a car, tough boy. Do anything stupid, you're gonna get hurt further. We're going across the street.
You ain't had to punch me in my face for no reason. Ow!
You didn't have to make me. Stop. Stop.
I'm not doing nothing. Oh my God.
You're pushing against me, you're doing something.
How the hell, man?
Stop.
Ow. Ow, man, you ain't got to do all of that.
Don't look at me with your spitty butt face.
Yeah, because
Get my
you've been
key.
hitting me in my face.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I give you the right to punch me in my face.
Unfortunately, you did. I have no clue.
Let me get some light on you, man. Try to figure out what the probes are. Relax for a second. All right? Watch this foot.
Here's one right here in his leg.
Okay.
And there's the other.
So y'all...
Really, man?
Get in my car.
Ain't no really. Oh, man, give me time.
Put your feet in.
I'm trying to. Y'all give me a time.
Try harder, try faster.
Put your foot in.
Are you okay? Sit down on your butt.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay?
Ow, man.
You got blood all over me from his face.
Put your foot.
Asshole. Went through Smile Starters, yelled at us, walked right in front of cars in front of us. He goes in, buys his drink. Rodrigo Kings him in the parking lot. He comes right back, the middle of the street again, right through Smile Starters again. Rodrigo stopped out. He started punking out Rogero. Rogero said, I'm going to write you a ticket. He started throwing a fit on the sidewalk. Told him to get his hands behind his back, and it was on from there. Ran, laughing, saying, F you. Can't wait till you catch me. So we caught him. Then he wanted to fight. Tried to drag the taser out of my hand, and then I just went on his f***ing head. I beat the shit out of his head. I'm not going to lie about that. Tried to grab the taser and pull it from us.
Right off the top tonight, the search is on to find the crook who stole from a child.
That robber even roughed up the 12-year-old. Local 10 News reporter Christian De La Rosa live from Northwest Miami-Dade with the surveillance video you have to see. Christian.
And this poor kid's like half the size of his attacker. This happened in broad daylight right outside his house. And this family, lucky tonight, they installed a surveillance camera system just a couple weeks ago. The attack is ruthless.
I was like in a state of shock.
12-year-old Daniel Machado had just walked home from school Thursday.
I just went to check the mail because, you know, that's what my mom tells me to do.
That's when the silver SUV, possibly an Infiniti, pulls up. A man wearing a ski mask gets out and goes after the 6th grader, trying to rob his phone. There's a struggle. The robber beating him with his fist. The kid fighting back. The crook finally snatches the phone and flees.
And I got it for Christmas, which is the worst part. It was a Christmas present from Mom.
His mother, thankful. Her son's a little beat up, but he's gonna be okay. She knows this could have been so much worse.
Because if the guy would have a gun, he would have got shot.
Daniel sending this message to his attacker.
It's dumb. Like, you have to earn things. You can't just take them for yourself. You have to earn it.
And besides the robber, there were at least, we're told, 3 other men in this vehicle. They apparently have been spotted in the area a couple of other times.
Well, Candace, Alvin Keyser remains behind bars here at the Middle Peninsula Regional Security Center. He is charged with 2 felonies in connection to St. John's death, including first-degree murder. And we just learned from investigators that he has admitted to his role in this crime. A state police forensics team scours this patch of woods on Barracks Mill Road in Middlesex.
Well, my first thought was that they had found something.
Larry West's family owns the property on the other side of the road, and his instincts were correct. The body of missing mother Terry Lynn St. John discovered covered up by vegetation 20 feet off the roadway.
I was dismayed. It was a sad revelation.
Deputies say the suspect in this case, 23-year-old Alvin Keyser, led investigators to the body. Keyser is under arrest for his role in connection to St. John's disappearance, charged with first-degree murder and concealing a dead body. According to deputies, Keyser is cooperating with them, but his connection to St. John is not yet fully clear.
We do know that Mr. Keyser was an acquaintance. To what degree, we don't know. That's still one of those things that's still being investigated by our detectives.
The St. John family understandably devastated by the news, according to the Middlesex sheriff. The small community hoping for a different outcome than yellow tape and 2 young children left without their mother.
It's really a tight-knit community. We all kind of feel this.
And we were all hoping that it wouldn't come to this.
Alona, it was Sunday morning. The victim works here. She was getting ready for the day when she was brutally attacked in the bathroom. We talked exclusively with her father.
In a restroom, it was a brutal, vicious attack that could happen to anybody, and it was shocking.
The victim's father was shocked to learn his daughter was brutally attacked inside of a bathroom at Memorial City Mall. The victim was choked, kicked, and beaten, according to police. Her father said her jaw is broken in multiple places and her face swollen.
When she was sedated, when she was not sedated, she was very lucid, very coherent, very communicative, and surprisingly upbeat and optimistic.
According to Ashley's loved ones, the attack happened around 8:30 yesterday morning in the bathroom near the skating rink. A woman, Ashley Hill, found the victim bloody on the ground after the attack. Hill shared her story with 13 Eyewitness News last night. The victim's father is beyond grateful for what Hill did.
Stayed with her till she was in the emergency room, called her boyfriend. She was a good Samaritan is an understatement. She was a hero in the right place at the right time.
After the attack, police say the suspect took off and hopped on a Metro bus. While there were not cameras on the bus, there were cameras inside the mall. The victim's family is hoping that video and the public will help find the suspect.
They're going to put all their efforts into doing that, and they're doing it right now.
Missing at least 1 or more teeth. She was bleeding from every side of her head that I could see, out of her ears. She was in really, really bad shape.
Here's a story out of South Carolina. This guy went into a home a few months ago, killed a white couple and their son. And then they just found out a couple days ago he killed 2 other white people. That dude killed 5 people. So does that make him a serial killer or a mass shooter? Discuss amongst yourself. Here's what we know. This isn't just cherry picking, and this isn't just cherry picking for anybody else watching this. Each one of these videos represents a tip of the iceberg. Each one of these videos represents a portion of black criminality that is wildly out of proportion. Each one is a demonstration of how desperate reporters and public officials and their satraps are to be in denial, deceit, and delusion about it. It's a very long list. We documented here thousands of these videos and lots more in both of my books. I just don't know that giving black people more free stuff is really the ticket to what we want to do. In fact, lots and lots of people, good old Colin among them, are among those who say giving lots of people free stuff is one of the reasons why the criminality is so wildly out of proportion. I mean, at some point, as Maggie Thatcher says, the problem with socialism is we run out of other people's money. At some point, somebody's going to start pulling some of this stuff off the table, whether it's affirmative action, whether it's free food, whether it's free housing, whether it's free schooling, whether it's a leg up on government contracts or school admissions. Somebody's going to start pulling something off the table. There's going to be less free stuff sometime. And that's going to make a lot of black kids angry.